I've always liked the concept of portable gaming, but all of the latest gaming handhelds are just a waste of your money in my opinion. To prove my point, I will resurrect a 13-year-old Nintendo 3DS to answer 3 questions. Are my childhood games as good as I remember them? Does it hold up against modern competition? And most importantly, should you spend your money on one? This is my own old 3DS, I did not spend $450 for it, so we're already off to a good start. Finally, a Nintendo console for this economy. And it's dead, of course. Good thing I already have a new battery. Can we just appreciate how nice changing the battery is? Imagine if smartphones were this easy to disassemble. We have a light, it seems like it's turning on. Oh yeah, like it was yesterday. The plan is to install custom software to download loads of games. Do a jailbreak, as they say. And we already have our first problem. I know the SD card is working fine, so there must be something wrong with the reader itself. Time to disassemble, it is. One bent pin later, and the SD card is working. The reader is also working. Hello Mario Kart. And I was not greeted by Windows asking for my personal information, which is already a win to me. Installing custom software on these is actually pretty easy. You just download some stuff from GitHub, put the SD card in one computer, open a file, put it back into the DS, open an e-maker, then put it back in the computer. And we will end up with something like this. In 2023, Nintendo killed the 3DS eShop, so how do we get games onto this? You cannot just drag and drop them in the SD card because they must be encrypted. Well, luckily, some smart people had set up the eShop. You can download it through FPI, this one right here, search for this green icon, and you will have access to many games. For legal reasons, I have installed all of the games that you see in this video. Just find the game, I will select Europe, let's pick Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions, and it is downloading at the eye-watering speed of 300 kilobytes per second. Yes, this does feel like 2012. Oh, 400! That's pretty good. Well, of course you will not have these kind of problems with a modern handheld. For the low price of at least $500. I spent $15 for the new battery. Now, I'd like to tell you about my ROG Ally that you are not seeing in this video because I sold it. Because I realized that I was never carrying it with me and I was never using it. And what's the point of having a great device if you cannot even use it every day? And well, after some time, I was able to install many games. Some of these are even games from the DS, and this is backwards compatible. You just need to do some fiddling with the software. There are guides online, do not worry. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have a childhood to revisit. It's been 2 weeks, and I am loving this. Man, Fire Emblem for hours. Monster Hunter for days. Mario Kart 7 days a week. Shovel Knight, I don't want to talk about it. It makes me rage quit every time. No, come on! Anyway, Grandpa Nintendo here still got his charm. Are these old games as good as I remember them? Well, mostly yes. The only difference is that I now feel guilty for playing because I have, responsibilities. But how does it compare to modern gaming handhelds? The size and weight of those devices completely defeats the purpose of portable gaming. Do you need one very distracted hour of your game, or is it just shiny object syndrome for the latest tech gadget? And your very specific use case should go well with 1.5 hours of battery life, a brick to carry around, and the risk of damaging a very expensive toy. But on the other hand, if you're using a Steam Deck as your desktop, that's cool as hell, I respect Linux. Something small like this is much better. And I'm not worried about breaking it since it's not worth hundreds of dollars. There are better alternatives, which I'll get to shortly, but yes, this is better as a portable gaming device for most people. And it actually fits in my pocket, this is a pen for comparison, especially because it's smaller than a smartphone. It is thicker, but that's okay. Whether or not you agree with the smaller is better argument, #SmallToolGang, I still enjoy having a specialized device for a task. It feels like an instrument. It's more satisfying to play this than on my phone. And most importantly, this does not try to distract me or show me ads every time that it can. It feels really good to do what you want without Nintendo being able to brick your hardware. But, and it's a decently sized but, I'm not sure I would recommend buying an old 3DS if you don't already have one to resurrect like I did, unless there are some specific Nintendo only games that you want to play. For the price of a good condition 3DS or 3DS XL, which is more suited to normal sized hands, you could get a PSP or PS Vita which have a bigger screen and more modern games. Gaming tablets and Android mini console that are spawning left and right nowadays also exist, but I never tried one of those, so I cannot judge. Overall, I'm satisfied. And I'm Jacob Marui. See you in the next one.